What's the most cringe thing I've ever done that actually made people love me? Oh, God. Okay. It was junior year. I had a crush on this girl, Alina, who was way out of my league. I mean, she quoted Nietzsche and actually understood it. I still needed a calculator to divide pizza slices, but she was funny, kind, and intimidating in a way that made your brain short-circuit. Anyway, I heard through the grapevine that she thought promposals were cute. I wasn't planning on going to prom. I didn't even think I'd be invited to prom. But logic and hormones rarely hang out. So I had this genius, and by genius I mean utterly humiliating idea. Our school had a formal Friday tradition where once a month a couple of theater kids wore suits and pretended to be British. That's it. That was the whole thing. I thought, what if I upstage Formal Friday? What if I go full tuxedo mode, black bow tie, white gloves, roses in the middle of math class, and ask her to prom with the dumbest pun I can think of? I spent the night before watching YouTube tutorials on how to tie a bow tie and practicing lines in the mirror like a deranged penguin. I also borrowed my cousin's prom tux. He was 6 feet 3 inches and built like Thor. I am not. The next morning, I walked into school like a gothic butler. I'm talking full tails, white gloves, shiny shoes that clicked dramatically down the hallway. People stared. Phones came out. I kept telling myself, be the cringe. Own the cringe. Then came math class. Alina was sitting in the second row, flipping through a worn-out copy of The Stranger like she understood existential dread before 9 a.m. I took a deep breath, waited until Mr. Kelly turned to write on the board, and made my move. I walked up to her desk, pulled a single red rose from my sleeve like a bad magician, knelt on one knee, and said, and I swear to God this is real. Alina, I know the only thing irrational here is pie, but I'd be exponentially honored if you'd be my date to prom. Silence. 30 eyeballs blinked at me in sync. Someone coughed. Mr. Kelly turned around and just stared. I felt my face burn. I was sure I'd just detonated the last bit of social dignity I had left. And then Alina laughed. Loud, honest, not mocking, just completely amused. And then she stood up and said, only if you promise to use at least 3 more math puns during the night. The class erupted. Someone high-fived me. Mr. Kelly said, well, that's a first, and went back to quadratic equations like this happened every Tuesday. You'd think that would be the end of it. But no, the picture of me kneeling in that ridiculous tux went viral on our school Instagram. Someone even photoshopped a top hat on me and dubbed me Prompier the Cringe Wizard. The nickname stuck. But here's where it got weirder and honestly kind of amazing. 2 weeks later, the student council nominations came around. I didn't sign up, but apparently someone Alina submitted my name for class president as a joke. I gave a 1-minute speech that started with, I know I look like a waiter at a vampire-themed wedding, but hear me out. I didn't expect anything. Then I won. People started high-fiving me in the hallways. Teachers called me Mr. President. I got invited to things. Real things like study groups and birthday parties. Not just, hey, we need one more for dodgeball and prom. It was great. I wore the tux again tailored this time. Alina wore this midnight blue dress that made her look like she stepped out of a dream. I used 5 math puns. She laughed at all of them. And when we slow danced, she whispered, you know, being cringy is kind of your thing, but somehow you make it charming. So yeah, the most cringe thing I've ever done? Wearing a tux to math class and dropping a pie joke in front of my crush. The thing that made people love me? Exactly that. Go figure.